For this video, I'm going to go back to a form of bowl making or basket. Some people call them baskets, some call them bowls. It's made by cutting rings that will slant, cut them with an angle and a spiral, and they slant. You can pull them down and make a little bowl out of them. Or again, like I say, some people call them baskets. I normally call these baskets. I've done a couple of them, but it's been a long time since I've done one. I picked this one because it's an old railroad engine locomotive, and I live in a town that boomed back in the late 1800s, somewhere in there. It boomed, and the whole town was built with about a railroad. There's a whole lot of old houses, a couple of sections of town that the railroad executives built in the 1880s and 90s and turn of the century. And still have they had their offices here, national offices here at one time, and we still have a repair yard here. It used to be a real railroad town, not so much now, but people are still interested in it here. So I thought I would try a railroad themed. I sell little cars, alphabet car or trains. I sell several of those, so they do have some interest in it. And I thought I'd try this as something a little different. A lot of people haven't seen these. So it's not real hard to do, but you got to cut the outline, and you got to drill some holes so you have a little axle that it pivots on there. It's what holds it in place once you get it all in. You have to cut it and flip it. And then you got a little foot down here that you swivel out to kind of hold it steady. So I'm going to get it to the saw. I'm going to put a number 5 in, cut the outline first. This is just some old, I hope this knot, I think I got that knot out of the way, but this is some old 1x. I don't know how it's going to look when I get through, but we'll see. So let me get to the saw, cut it, and try to figure it out. Okay, I've got the first 2 steps done. Got the external part cut. That was an internal cut, but I got the outside cut basically. And I've drilled the holes there, and on this side. So next I'm going to go, you got this dashed line. I'm going to cut that with the table of the saw flat. And then I'll come back with a 5-degree angle and cut that spiral. And then it'll just be a matter of putting it together if I don't break something or mess it up in there. So here we go. I'll go make that first cut there. Okay, I've got a 5-degree tilt on the table to the left. The directions say if you tilt to the left, then you can start in here and come out. If you tilt to the right, you start out here on the outside and go in. So according to the directions, this is the way I want to go. It's supposed to be easier to cut from the inside out anyway. We'll see if this is right when I get there. Okay, I'm going to call that done. It's not perfectly done. There was one problem with it. I'm going to do different. I may do this again in some better wood. This is, like I say, was an old board. I believe it may be fir. It has a real unusual smell. It's not real hardwood, but it seemed to want to guide the blade a little bit. It took me a little while to get used to cutting it, and wanted to kind of wander with the grain, looked like. But it's not a difficult wood to cut. It's kind of a soft wood, comparatively slow, but it's not pine. It's a very, very strong smell, and I think it may be fir. But anyway, the idea of this is a collapsible bowl. The foot folds up. This will fold around. I can fold in this wrong way. Just fold around and you collapse the bowl. Now that's the problem. It will collapse, but it's very difficult to get back out. I wish I had cut it a half degree different than what I did. It said 5 degrees on the instructions, and that's what I cut it at. I should have test cut it. I know better than to follow it like that. Every saw and every blade and every combination is a little different. I believe if I'd have taken a half degree, maybe even a degree off, it would work very nicely. It works, but it's difficult to open up. So I'm not going to struggle with it here, but it does. Everything else works. Everything swivels like it's supposed to. And the only thing is that bowl doesn't move as well as I'd like it to. Still, it's kind of a unique little project. Like I say, it's a kind of a train town, and I was going to try that. So if you like that, hit the like button. I may do this again. I got some nice, now that I've kind of practiced with it, I've got some nice Peruvian walnut over there I believe would work for this. And I may try it again and make a little nicer looking piece. So anyway, if you like that, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, because I do a lot of weird stuff sometimes. You never know what I'm going to do. I've got a strange little box I'm going to try to make next. It was intended for a bandsaw. I'm going to try to convert it over to a scroll saw and see if I can cut it and make this weird looking little box. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.